That's a good takedown, guys. Look at him strip and drag. Look at that. God, dog. There we go. I'm gonna reel down on him. I kind of feel like he's hit. God, dog, he's taking off. There we go. Howdy, folks. Me and Aaron is in Virginia fishing the James River and Kerr Lake. I put this video together, it's been 6 months ago. We made a Barkley Lake trip, and I was saving one winter video for the hot summertime so that we could remember what it's like to fish in the wintertime. This summer heat kills me, so I hope y'all enjoy a wintertime Barkley trip. It was a lot of fun for us. We didn't catch much, but we did catch fish. I will see y'all later. So we're on Barkley Lake, and the son of a gun's plumb full of people. We got Kyle behind us. He's been lost 3 times since he started. He looks like he's lost right now. He's poking buttons on all of his graphs and live scope stuff. But I'm gonna get out there and see what the water looks like and see if I can catch some fish. So folks, we're out here. We're in the middle of we're on a ledge, and we got about a 2-mile-an-hour current. I'm pretty stoked about this place. There's a drop-off. I've got 2 poles setting up on the drop-off, and I've got 2 poles out in the river channel on the other side of the drop-off. The bass fishermen. It always resorts to the bass fishermen. Are just like pretty crazy out here today. So we'll see. It seems like all my poles went down in the same place. If I start catching them in the river channel, I'm gonna back up a little bit and continue to fish in the river channel. If I catch them up on the ledge, I'll go up on the ledge and catch more. If we can entice them to bite, we're gonna try. We're looking at a Kentucky State Penitentiary down there, I think. Or that's what it says on the sonar thing, which I need to turn off. It does make a difference if you got that sonar back there chirping while you're trying to catch catfish. I can't believe I ain't got a bite yet. Kind of disheartening. I got my fiance with me. She looks happy again. She did get up at 4:30 this morning.
I was out of bed before you were.
It's been about 3 days since there's a cold front blowed through. They really should start biting today or tomorrow. We're gonna be in Kentucky tomorrow too. Here comes us another bass fisherman. See, they throw a pole out and throw it about a half-dozen times, and this is the 3rd time I've seen him just putting anchors down and throwing poles out. He'll probably go right back to where he come from, throw his poles 2 or 3 more times, then go back down there. He's seen me sitting here, so he's gonna drive by me as much as he can. Well, here comes another bass fisherman. He's spied me. He's gonna drive back and forth by me a few times. I just seen him go up in that cove. That's the same old boy. I knew it. He's just gonna drive back and forth by me. Probably ain't catching no fish, so he's gonna be like, well, I'm gonna drive back and forth this old boy. Told you he's gonna go back up there and turn around and come back. That orange pole's getting a bite. It just pecked it. Kind of tried to pull on it then. I don't know if he's gonna get it or not. It's up on the ledge in shallower water. I was pretty stoked about this place. Because usually if you find these places with heavy current where they're washing out over a ledge, it's like really prime. I need to look and see if they're gonna open up any generators on the dam today and how much they're gonna dump. They wasn't dumping but three spillways whenever we was down there. Orange pole again, folks. I got it. It looks like the two middle ones both are getting bites. Guess I ought to do something about it. So one of them was up on the ledge and one of them was down in the river channel. God dog, that was a pretty good takedown for a lake. Ain't a real big one, but it is a fish. Hey, come off. It was a fish. It might take them just a little bit to start biting here, but I think there's fish here. Very strange that they wouldn't be here. Well, folks, we've gave her about 25 minutes and ain't really had nothing that impressed me. I hung one fish, he got off, and had a couple other little light bites. I'm gonna go on the search for another place. So we're on hole number 2 right now, and I'm flinging poles out. See how that's gonna roll, pan out. This looks like another good place. Got a lot of current. There was a lot of fish down there. I'm kind of silly sideways on the ledge here. I'm gonna throw poles out in the river channel towards my right, and then I'm sort of, half my poles are gonna be on top of the ledge and half of them's gonna be out in the river channel, sort of like back there, but I'm sitting sideways across the ledge this round instead of sitting perpendicular to it. See if I can give y'all a geometry lesson. And I got 60 some odd foot, I'm getting a bite on that pole second to the right. So we was here about 4 minutes and got the first bite. That's what I like to see. And it was off in the river channel. I've parked this way, so if I'm consistently catching them in the river channel, then I know. Because coming down here after not being here for 2 weeks, you don't know what the fish are doing, so you got to kind of hunt for them. But it looks like they might be in the river channel. Fur right pole's getting a bite. But there was a lot of fish down there, and I seen a couple big ones down there. Is the reason why I kind of wanted to hit here. This might be our little honey hole. Of course, they'll always bite when you first throw down there, and then you get all excited and then they quit. What I think we're gonna have here is just a perpetual put bait on hook scenario and no fish. Because I'm perpendicular with this ledge. I think that fur left hand pole finally got a hook up. He come off. I never did really feel that fish or get him turned or anything. There was so much line out that I didn't. I'll give that pole just a little bit and reel it in, see if it's got bait on it. If it don't get cloudy or don't get sunny today, then it'll be a good fishing day all day. I think I got him, folks. He's out there in the deep water, so I'm gonna bring him up real slow. It ain't a big one by no means. But at least we can see what we're getting bites from. I bet it's a little blue cat. I think he come off. Is he still on there? That's a pretty good one there, I think. I'm paying attention to the fish she's got, and I about got this one reeled in. Little blue cat. Another little blue cat. Boy, you talking about good eating size. Covered in mud. Look how covered in mud that fish is. And that fish is plumb warm compared to their temperature. The water temperature is 52 degrees down here. That fish has sure been buried in the mud. I'm trying to see what he'd been eating on there. And it was my shad. Is that your first Kentucky fish?
Yes.
So the bigger fish was up on the flat beside the, and not very deep water. It ain't very deep there, 10 or 12 foot. But and that's generally the way it goes, where you catch one. God, that might be a pretty good one there. He's a little bigger, but not no monster. Go get down here and help me man some poles.
You want me to go ahead and pull up on it?
No, he come off. I better get this thing over to the side. I don't think he's any size whatsoever, but as you said, at least we're catching some. They might be a big one down there. That thing sure hit like he was mean.
He's talking to you too.
He's making noise.
Oh, please, let me go. Let me go.
I'll let you go just here in a second. Got him upside down, folks. A beautiful fish. It's not very big. I got fixing to have a mess here. I gotta go cut some more shad. I thought that last one we caught was a bigger fish by the way he took down on it. But I thought wrong. I'd like to put a 30 or a 40 in the boat. Let me get confidence on this lake. When you get used to fishing the Mississippi River, you kind of get disappointed if you don't get a 30-pound fish every time you go. That son of a gun come off. At least they're starting to hammer it. Because I'm going to have to bait some fish. The more shad I give them, the bigger they'll be by the time I come back down here. Guess just moving them a little bit might have fired them back up. But he sure ain't very big. You want to come and get this pole right here? Yep, middle pole.
This one?
Well, it was.
See,
It's,
there it goes.
I think this is the king of little fish. For a second there, I thought he might not have been on there. He was so little. Fat little booger. Like I said, I'll keep feeding them shad for a little while longer. Maybe they'll get bigger. I need to watch reeling them up out of that deep water. We're about to move. I think I'm gonna look for some majorly deep water and see if that's a difference. 'Cause I feel like the fish are biting pretty good. Or these are. Except they're not. I don't think they're big enough to really get hooked all that often. And I could be wrong. It could be just big fish and I'm hooking the small one. Go ahead and get him and reel in on him. Does it seem like there's any size to you?
Well, I ain't fished like this in a while, so yeah, you just picked me. Golly, Leslie. It's been since like last summer. Not really. Just trying to get off though.
I've got my belly pooched out. I think I was shining the air. If he's under 5 pounds, we ain't gonna give him much longer.
Yes.
Flip him over here towards me. Erin just caught her first fish on video.
Covered in mud too.
Hopefully that hook don't come out and get me in the hand. He'll go 3. It's the biggest one I think we've caught today. Good looking fish. So folks, I sat here about 20 minutes and didn't get a bite. I realized, why did they quit biting? I was like, huh. So I reeled them all in and I didn't have no bait on. I figured it might have been because the water's getting up and beating on the boat. So we're going to give it a little bit longer here and then move on to the next place. I do think that whenever these waves get bigger and they go to whooping on that boat, it does make a difference on how they bite. Probably not so much out in the river channel where it's 50 foot deep, but these out here on this flat to the left, they sure slowed down. So folks, here we are at place number 3 or 2, I don't remember. But anyways, we went about 3 miles scanning the bottom looking for something different. And we found where it went up to 25 foot and kind of a drop off, and it had looked like a lot of fish on it. So we're gonna try that for a little bit. The wind's kind of calming back down. We don't get anything here pretty quick. We've got a creek up here to our left. It's full of bass fishermen, but we're gonna give it a whirl pulling boards, see what happens. We ate us a sandwich. I thought it was Havarti cheese, and it was just white cheese. I was all excited. I figured all white cheese was Havarti. Havarti's probably the only cheese that ain't white. So I got informed that I've got queso blanco. Well, I ain't got no bite yet. That's disappointing.
Maybe if we give them some queso blanco, they'll bite it.
We'll have a bunch of Mexican fish. Fur left post getting a bite too. Maybe it takes them about 10 seconds to figure out them baits are down there. It took me a good 4 minutes before I figured out I was eating queso blanco, and I thought I was eating Havarti. Well, folks, we're at hole number 4, maybe 5, maybe 3, I think. But we've come up here and we found an area that's got a lot of current to it. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. But for a lake, it's a rolling. So hopefully this is where the big ones are hanging off. We got a ledge over there to our right. I'm throwing baits right down the ledge where that current's a whooping in on it. I think there's just so many small ones in here. And I think the big ones are here too. But I think you got to run bigger baits for the bigger ones, and we ain't got the right kind of bait.